Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here, and it's been a little while since we've had a bit of a catch-up. I went up to America, filmed a whole bunch of videos. You've seen the desert one already. There's actually a whole bunch of those still coming. I've been coming back and forth from London. I'm doing some work, a little bit of work with Facebook, kind of. They're teaching me about the world of social media. You've probably been seeing I've been getting a lot better on my Instagram, which, by the way, is now just at Birdkeeper Toby. Sims, my Twitter, my Instagram is just at Birdkeeper Toby. I'm posting stories. I'm going live. You've been seeing I've been doing live streams, meeting some of you in the live stream calls where you just send a little request and then I add you into the call. It's really cool. Cool. I'm at home for like one day this week and I was gonna take a little bit of a break, but instead I decided to make sure that the new set is all good. I say the new set, I've just rearranged my bedroom and now I've put up a little space with my evolution poster, which I've been retweeting every time one of you have been getting one. I am incredibly thankful to those of you picking it up. I am unbelievably proud of that poster. And amongst it all, my good friend Tom Burns, who runs Summer in the City, which by the way is an event happening this month. It's happening in like 2 weeks. If you are a UK Londony person, come to Summer in the City. I will link to where you can get tickets at the top of the description. Anyway, Mr. Tom Burns was going along to a Nintendo UK Versus event, and he kindly asked if I could go along, and they very kindly said yes. Nintendo UK Versus is a kind of new thing where they set up little like I guess gameathons all across the UK in different places, and there's the latest Switch titles there to play, and some even Switch titles that haven't come out yet. And you've seen the title, you know where this video is going. I got to play the brand new Nintendo Switch game that isn't out yet, Smash Bros. Ultimate. Okay, that's not the topic of the video, but I had to shout out that I also did play that game because wow, it was fun. Seriously, big fan of Smash Bros. And wow, what a clean game. Get it when it comes out. But no, that is not what I am talking about in this video. I got to play, and we didn't even know this was going to be there. It was only in the behind-the-scenes backstage area. Let's Go Pikachu, and Let's Go Eevee. My little mind, I was shook when I saw this was there. Like, I became a giddy child again. I was like, oh my goodness, look, this is there. Oh my, I'm going to get to play it today? Me? Am I allowed? Now, I've been getting a lot of Instagram comments since I've been posting about this on stories and on my main. People asking me, what was it like? Can I tell you all about it? And yes, I am allowed to tell you 100% of what I experienced. All I was not allowed to do was take photos or footage. I was able to take a photo of me with the Pokeball Go Plus Pokeball, which, by the way, they're a little bit smaller than I realized. They feel really good. The weight is really good. And getting a hang of throwing it, like every time I entered a trainer battle, I just want it to be like, let's go! Even though that does nothing for the actual control of the game, be it, let's go! Actually, I think the Nintendo reps were a little bit confused as to why I was waving it about so frantically. They're like, it's a controller, dude, and I'm like, no, it's a Pokeball! It's both. It's both. Anyway, I head on up to the booth, I put on the Pokeball Plus, which has like it has a security thing around your wrist, kind of like the old Wiimotes and the Joy-Cons, the Switch cool Joy-Cons, but it also has a little ring grip, so you can slide it on a finger, and then you can hold the Pokeball without any worries of it like smashing or flying off anywhere. And the first thing I noticed is the cleanest Game Freak screen and Pokemon screen welcoming me into the game. Pokemon, Let's Go Eevee. It was right there, big bright colors, Eevee's on the screen greeting me, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be just an incredible experience. It's never looked this pretty. And I was transported into a demo save file, and I instantly recognized my surroundings. I was in a little house somewhere between one of the early routes and Viridian Forest. And my instinct as a Pokemon theorist, as a Pokemon trainer, someone excited to find out everything they possibly can about the lore of the Pokemon world, was to go and talk to all of the non-playable characters and see what they have to say. And I was told, no, I couldn't do that. I had to proceed up into Viridian Forest. That was their big thing. They were like, you can't wander off the beaten path. My thing that I had to do was play through Viridian Forest. They had a guy there who worked at Pokemon, like put his hand over the screen to cover the NPC to be like, no, you can't. They have all the secrets of the Pokemon world. Just journey into Viridian Forest. And of course, the first things that I noticed while I was there were the wide array of Pokemon that you don't normally get in Viridian Forest. Obviously, you got your Caterpies, Metapods, Weedles, Kakoonas, and Pidgeys, but I also saw Oddish, I saw a Bellsprout, I saw a Beedrill, Wild Beedrill, which is really cool. Personally, I don't think I would ever catch a fully evolved Pokemon. I prefer to catch non-evolved forms. In Pokemon Yellow, for example, I would always catch Caterpie and evolve it and level it up, rather than catch a Metapod and evolve it, because it just felt more right. Also, it meant that my Metapod would no tackle, which is always a good thing to have when you're training Metapod. But the idea that I could start the game and not necessarily want to use a Bulbasaur, I could instead use like Oddish or Bellsprout to get the other grass, big Pokemon of of Kanto, that really excited me. I think honestly that's one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to in this game, is playing through with a team that I wouldn't conventionally use, and I'm going to be able to do that because the Pokemon are going to be in a slightly different order. It's going to make it a whole new Kanto experience. Now, it is important to note that everything I saw could be like subject to change. It could change up drastically, I don't know. And as I was walking through, what I loved so much was seeing the Pokemon in the overworld, in the grass. It made me feel like the Pokemon world was a real place and I was a part of it. When I entered a trainer battle, Eevee would hop off of my shoulder, and when I swapped out a new Pokemon, I would send that one out of the Pokeball. When I caught a Pokemon in the wild after throwing my Pokeball, it's me in the world, I would then be able to hear its cry in the Pokeball Go Plus. It was good. What I will say though is it was very good for just a demo. Like, I don't really feel like this demo encapsulates what the whole game is going to be about. I mean, all it allowed me to do was battle a couple of trainers, engage with some wild Pokemon, and see the overworld. I didn't get to go on into Pewter City, I didn't get any story, any plot, anything like that. But I thought it was really, really pretty, and what I played was fun. I do want to talk about that one feature that is very controversial: capturing Pokemon. Because since this game is announced, there has been a massive backlash on the lack of wild Pokemon battles. First things first, number one, these games are like side. They're not the main core series of games. I have no doubts that Pokemon battles will be returning at some point or another for Wild Pokemon, and I get that battling them in this way does add a level of challenge, and so you're thinking, well, now you're taking out the battling, you're making it so much easier. Not necessarily. As I was sitting there capturing Caterpie and getting used to the throwing style, which is overarm, I couldn't be like, ugh, I had to be overarm. As I'm standing there getting used to the mechanic of that, I'm getting kind of used to the gist of like, okay, so what's going to get me a great throw, an excellent throw? It is a little bit different to Pokemon Go, which, by the way, I'm so excited that there's Pokemon Go integration, but I didn't get to test any of that out. But then I'm battling Beedrill, and this thing is zipping all over the place. The ring, the circle is red, which means it's harder to capture, and actually, it was tough. I had to use a series of berries to make the battle easier, and then the Nintendo rep was saying to me, okay, but careful, because it might run on you. That element of the Pokemon being able to run versus my skill at throwing a Pokeball accurately actually is something that I think is going to add a fair level of challenge to the game. Seriously, more challenge for the sake of not battling. We know how to battle capture a Pokemon, right? You lower it to yellow or red, you give it a status, and then you throw a Pokeball, or you just throw a quick ball. This game isn't gonna have any of that stuff. There are no quick balls as far as I know. And with no Pokemon battles, that isn't the challenge, but that doesn't mean it's easy. I actually had a tough time catching Beedrill. I also had a tough time catching Bulbasaur. That was one of the big things that I got to see, a wild Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest. And given that we've seen that map of the whole Kanto region, the one that shows Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest as well as Charmander and Squirtle in other locations, leads me to believe that you're going to be able to battle these Pokemon in the wild, which we kind of already knew, but also that they'll be roughly in the locations that you found them or given to them as trainers in Pokemon Yellow. That for Charmander and Squirtle, I think. Bulbasaur you usually get, Pokemon Yellow you get in Cerulean City. Speaking of which, I am so excited for Brock and Misty. But yeah, all around a great experience, and the Pokeball Go Plus was actually a lot of fun to use. It did feel a little bit like my team was leveling up quite fast, and I can see how this game is marketed towards a younger generation. Someone a kid came up in the queue next to me and sort of went, oh, can I play? And I said, of course, you know, like, here's the Pokeball and stuff. And I could see them having a fair level of challenge with the game. And I think that's good. We want the games to be challenging enough so that the youth can kind of go, oh wow, this is a cool game, but also have it be easy enough that they're actually going to play the game and see it the whole way through. It means a new generation of Pokemon fans. Meanwhile, for the me's of the world, I'm looking forward to completing my Pokedex and revisiting Kanto in a whole new way with a whole new team. And you know, if I really want to make it difficult for myself, I will set myself a challenge. Point is, I feel like this is a Pokemon game where I'm going to really be able to play it the way that I want to play it. The capturing mechanic is nowhere near as bad as people I think who haven't had to go to try a chance to try it are saying. Genuinely, I think it's a really positive spin on the franchise. Seeing wild Pokemon in the overworld is magical. The game looks amazing. I mean, here's a way of thinking about it. The old Pokemon movies versus the new I Choose You movie, that graphical leap, that's kind of how it feels with Let's Go as well. It feels like a fresh, new beginning to the Pokemon franchise. I'm looking forward to exploring Kanto. I'm looking forward to getting to find out what these NPCs have to say that I'm not allowed to know. I'm looking forward to holding that Pokeball Go Plus, and I can say with confidence, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be getting these games. I'm going to be getting both of these games. I will also most likely be doing a giveaway at some point for a set of these games. That is for sure. But if you have any questions about what I played or what I wanted to do, why not hit me up on the Instagram on @BirkkeeperToby. Just leave me a little message over there. I'm checking them out regularly. Or jump in a live stream with me and we'll talk about what I played of Let's Go. I think November can't come fast enough. So a massive thank you to the team at Nintendo UK Versus who let me come along and play this game. Thank you for letting me play Fortnite competitively on your main stage. I'm so sorry I lost so quickly. Same goes for Smash Bros. I'm sorry I lost so quickly, but thank you for letting me play it. And thank you so much for letting me live this part of my childhood with you playing Let's Go. It was so much fun. I cannot wait for the games to come out. And everyone, so hype, Pokemon Masters.